you know, there wasn't anything that we could do. You know, he didn't have a chance in the world.
Lindsay had a normal pregnancy, just like when Jack, their first son, was born. Austin was due in 2 days, the room was ready, everything was perfect. But a final checkup at the doctor's office revealed the baby's heart rate was dropping a lot. Lindsay was rushed to UMC for an emergency C-section.
There was a reason why we were in the hospital that day.
Yeah.
Because if they said that, you know, there was a slim chance that he would make it, and all the doctors were in the OR. They were, you know, everyone was there in the right place at the right time.
Austin came into this world at 12:53, but time was not on his side.
He had no signs of life. For 11 minutes, had no signs of life.
I think about 11 minutes and how long that is. It's an eternity.
I wasn't sure that we were going to be able to save him. Is he going to have some impairment, or is he going to make it through this? It took us 11 minutes to get him back.
Finally, at 1:04, 11 minutes after Austin was born, he took his first breath. The family was stunned when Dr. Rojas shared the news.
But she talked to Heath very directly, and she kept telling him, he's alive. Do you understand that? He's alive.
She brought him back to life. And whenever she came and told me about him, you know, she was very calm about it, and just matter of fact is saying, you know, your baby is alive. Just remember, your baby is alive right now.
But that was just the first hurdle. The second was to make sure there was no brain damage after going so long without oxygen. And this is where that blanket comes into the story.
She's the doctor who brought it to Lubbock, and I guess her expertise allowed them to be able to use it.
Normally in the neonatal intensive care unit, these high-tech beds and infant warmers do just that. They keep the baby warm. But this blanket is different. The hypothermia cooling blanket circulates water through all these little ridges to bring the baby's temperature down from a normal 98.6 to a very delicate range of just 91 or 92 degrees.
It's still somewhat experimental in terms of it's not widespread. Not everybody uses it. Not everybody's exposed to it. Fortunately, I did my neonatology training at a center where we were part of the clinical trial.
Dr. Rojas says animal studies have shown that by cooling the whole body, the internal structure of the brain is more likely to cool too.
Okay, I want this blanket cooled.
So damaging enzymes released during a lack of oxygen are more likely to slow down
You're still breathing spontaneously.
and give the brain time to heal.
I'm doing good.
For a year, she's been training these nurses to be calm, in control, and prepared for a moment just like this.
And with Austin, it was just amazing that it all came together, and he was able to benefit so much from this.
After 72 hours in the cooling blanket, the final test was to see if there had been any brain damage.
We were able to image his brain with an MRI to see if there had been any scarring left from the lack of oxygen. And that in and of itself proved that he was a miracle because it was a normal MRI.
He's a miracle. I mean, that's all there is to it. We were in the right place at the right time.
It's so hard for me, you know, to think that, you know, he almost didn't make it. And, you know, it's just because you look at him now and he's perfect.